Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the daily market update. So somewhere last year, I was bringing you the daily market update at a point in time, but it got to a point you were not seeing it coming again. I encountered some few challenges that were off the market or that was off the forex industry. So I had issues so far as my personal life is concerned. So I had to make sure those issues were dealt with before I get back to what I used to do. All right. And trust me, things are okay now and we are back. All right. I'm going to bring you back to back daily market update. All right. So that means that I'll bring you a review of what happened within the previous day and then what I'm expecting to see on the market going into the next day. All right. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you click on the subscribe button and then you smash notification bell so that you get notified whenever I post a video, because it's very, very important you watch the video before the next trading day, before you go into the next trading day. All right. Yeah. So that is just that. But before we get into the chat, let's look at the news on our watch list so far as going into the next day is concerned. So on Wednesday, the February 14th, 2024, we have the GBP inflation rate year over year for the month of January. We have a speech from the ECB so far the Eurozone is concerned, and we have the employment change year over year for the fourth quarter as far as Euro is concerned. Then we have employment change quarter over quarter for the fourth quarter as far as the Eurozone is concerned. Then we have the GDP growth rate quarter over quarter for the fourth quarter so far as JPY on the yen is concerned. So going into Wednesday, the major news I'm expecting to see on the market will be the GDP. All right, it will be very interesting to see how things are going to react, or how the market is going to react as far as this very particular news is concerned, because already the yen is really in a blood bank. All right, yes, the yen is really in a blood bank. So heavy blood bank. So I'll expect to see how this news will turn things around for the Bank of Japan or for the Japanese yen, or it will make things worse. All right, yes, so we look forward into that. So that is just that for the economic news calendar going into Wednesday, February 14th, 2024. So let's get into the chat and see what has happened so far. So this is the dollar index. For the dollar index, we all know how market has reacted right from Monday to now. All right, market opened on Sunday, then we've seen price taking out the what Friday's low or the previous daily low. You can put it that way. All right. Price was trading below Sunday's open price or the weekly open price. Then we saw price, giving us what a small range days. All right. So Monday we had a very small range day, and Tuesday we had a move to the upside, and all this move was engineered by the CPI. We had a CPI news coming out on Tuesday. All right, here. So if you haven't checked your calendar, make sure you go out to check it. This long or this massive impulse move we are seeing is the CPI that came out. All right, so then it came out higher than expected. So once that happened, we saw a huge move to the upside. All right, yes, but before that, look at how market reacted. It traded below Sunday's opening price, and look at something here. It took out the previous session's low. All right, yes, that is on Monday. This low is, I think, the New York low. All right, yes, it's a New York low. So it took out the New York low, all right, of the previous days or the Monday's trade. Then we saw price was pushing to the upside. All right, so if we let's quickly look at the 4-hour time frame and see something on the 4-hour time frame. If we quickly look at the 4-hour time frame, realize that price is pushing to the upside. Our price is giving us what a bullish signals. All right, yes, respecting previous lows and then breaking previous highs. All right, so as it stands now, I'm expecting to see, or I expect the line index continue to push to the upside. All right, but I can't be in a trade whilst this huge impulse move is left open. All right, at least I want to see a 50% fill of this impulse move. All right, I want to see price at least come down and fill 50% of this move before we see a continuation to the upside. All right, yes. So if I don't see that happening, I'll just leave the trade, because all these lows, all this liquidity we are seeing here are what are low resistance liquidity. If I should take you to the lower time frame, which time will not permit me to do that. If I should take you to the lower time frame, realize that all these moves you are seeing here, these impulse moves here, you are seeing here are what liquidity voids on the lower time frame, which those loads of the various liquidity voids are low resistance liquidities. All right, yes. So I don't take trades and put my stop losses at a low resistance liquidity. No. I mean, that is preparing myself for a very, very huge disaster. All right. So if such an impulse move has happened, I'm expecting to see price at least fill 50% of this impulse move before I decide what to take a trade. So by filling the 50% of the impulse, we make out for a higher swing low formation before I look for entry to see price push to the upside. All right. So in this case, the dollar index. So as it stands now, that's what I'm expecting to see. I'll expect to see price push a little bit down to fill at least 50% of this impulse move before we see a move to the upside. So that is my expectation so far as the dollar index is concerned. Let's look at the next pair, that is GBPUSD, and see what is happening to there. So for GBPUSD, just as we saw on the dollar index, we've seen an inverse reaction on GBPUSD. All right, we saw price was pushed to the downside. That is as a result of the CPI numbers that came out. All right, yeah. So as it stands now, GBPUSD is giving me some bearish sentiment at the moment. All right, because look out, just look at something here. All right, yeah. So price took out what on Monday. Price took out what the previous daily high, that is Friday's high. All right, and remember, price was trading above Sunday's open price. And what have I said? Whenever price is trading above Sunday's opening price, or whenever price is trading above any opening price in any time frame, all right, so basically it is what it is, a premium zone. If it is above the opening price, that is a premium zone for you. If it's below the opening price, that is a discount zone. All right, so under no circumstance should you be buying above an opening price or selling below an opening price. All right, yes, under no circumstance should you be doing that. You can only do that if definitely you know the range, or you are trading in a very particular range, which is a short-term range. All right, but I mean, if you are looking forward to move on a higher time frame perspective, you should follow that narrative. All right, so as it stands now, we had price trading above Sunday's opening price. All right, price was above Sunday's opening price, and look at how price reacted after price taking out Friday's high. It came down. All right, it came down to take out the low that was made on Sunday right after price opening. All right, yes. So this low we are seeing here was the low that was made just when price opened on Sunday. All right, so we had price taking out that day on Monday. Then price was trading below Sunday's opening price. That is a bullish sentiment, a bullish signal for you. So price moving to the upside into the zone. All right, so we had a small range on Monday, then getting into Tuesday, going into Tuesday, we saw price first of all moving above Sunday's opening price. Then it took out the previous day's high, that is Monday's high. Then right after that, we saw price was giving us a push to the downside. That was the CPI news that came out. All right. So as it stands now, we've taken out Monday's high as well as Monday's low. All right. So the current range we are working within is within this range high and this range low. So as it stands now, just as I made you aware on the dollar index, I'm expecting to see dollar index continue to push to the upside. So definitely I'll expect to see GBPUSD continue to push to the downside. But before it happens, I want to see price push to the upside, at least fill 50% of the zone we are seeing here. All right, yes. I want to see price fill at least 50% of this impulse move. Right after that, then I'll begin to look forward for prices to push to the downside. All right, I'll begin to look for prices. I'll begin to look out for price to push to the downside. But let me draw your attention to something here. All right, those of you that have been updating yourself by watching the recent videos of Michael, or let me put it in, let me put it this way, ICT. He realized that he brought out a new PD array. All right, Michael brought out a new PD array, and this new PD array is called the inverse fair value gap. All right, so we are seeing it right here. All right, so this is an inverse fair value gap right here. All right, this is an inverse fair value gap. So between this low and this high, all right, that is an inverse fair value gap. We saw price violating that fair value gap right here. So let's see where this inverse fair value gap falls. Let's see where it falls into. All right, yes, so you can see, so just as you can see, within this range, that is the 50% of this range, within the 50% zone, that is where the inverse fair value gap falls into. All right, here, so I'll expect to see price push into the 50% range, then as well as the inverse fair value gap, before we see a continuation to the downside, and that will be above Sunday's open price. All right, so you can tell how powerful the opening price concept is. All right, so if you're not really making use of the opening price, then I mean, you are really doing yourself a very great disservice. You are really causing harm to your progress. And so going forward, you should be able to make use of the opening price concept. Yeah, so that is just that for GBPUSD. So I'm expecting to see price push up a little bit into the inverse fair value gap, or at least 50% of the zone. Then we see a push to the downside. Yeah, so that is just that for GBPUSD. Let's look at the next pair, which is AUDUSD. Yeah, so GBPUSD, AUDUSD, same plan. All right, right after this impulse move, I'm expecting to see price push a little bit up to fill at least 50% of the zone. Then we see a push to the downside. All right, but look at something here. I want to show you something here. All right, so look at this low. All right, this low right here, and then this low. All right, that is a very huge fair value gap. All right, that is a very huge fair value gap. And whenever you have a huge fair value gap like this, all right, don't expect price to fill up or to completely fill the fair value gap. Most of the times what happens is that price fills 50%. All right, price fills 50% of that fair value gap. All right, yes, price will fill just 50% of the fair value gap. Then we see a drop to the downside or to the upside, depending on how the market is reacting or the condition of the market at the moment. All right, yeah, so going into Wednesday, I'll expect to see price push up into this impulse move or into this fair value gap. Then we see a push to the downside. So I'm still looking for what the bearish price is so far as AUD/USD is concerned. Let's look at the next pair or the next market, that is USDCAD. So if I'm bullish on the dollar index, then definitely USDCAD should be bullish for me as well. All right, and just as you have seen here, this impulse move right here, that is the CPI. I'm expecting to see price would push to fill up at least 50% of this impulse move right here before we see a push to the upside. So I'm still bullish on USDCAD. All right, I'm still bullish on USDCAD. So going into Wednesday, I want to see price push a little bit into the impulse move. If not for anything at all, 50% of this impulse move would be very okay for me to look out for what bullish entries or bullish scenarios, expecting to see price push to the upside. Yeah, so that is just that for USDCAD. Let's look at the next market, which is GBPJPY. Yeah, so those of you in the swing trading room will attest to the fact that we caught a move on GBPJPY. All right, yeah, so we had a trade on I think last week. All right, last week Wednesday, I posted this trade in the swing trading room. And if you're not part of the swing trading room, let me tell you something. You are missing a lot. All right, yes, and I mean your failure or your reluctancy of not joining the swing trading room will make you miss a lot because the year has just started. All right, the year has just started. I mean, things are really going on well for us as far as the swing trading room is concerned. And so, if you want to be part of the swing trading room, I'll leave my Telegram ID in the description. Get it, hit me up on Telegram, and then I'll sign you up onto the swing trading room. All right, we take swing trades. All right, yes, we take swing trades. We target trades of 100 pips, 200 pips, 200 pips. All right, so we don't take trades that are below 100 pips. All right, yes, our least trade is 100 pips. All right, so for GBPJPY like this, the trade we took amounted to what, 263 pips. All right, and I mean the target was hit on Tuesday. All right, so those of you who are not part of the swing trading room, you are missing a lot. All right, those of you are not part of the swing trading room, swing trading room, you are really missing a lot. Make sure that right after this video, you hit me up on Telegram, then I'll sign you up onto the swing trading room. And trust me, you are really going to benefit from it. All right, yeah. So that is that. So for GBPJPY as it stands now, I'm still bullish. All right, yes, I'm still bullish on GBPJP. I'm just waiting for some level of what retracement. But let me switch to the 4-hour time frame for us to see something on the 4-hour time frame. All right, yeah. So nothing so much. Let's me switch to the daily for us to see something. Yeah, so this is the daily. All right, so the daily, we've taken out the previous 20-day high. All right, so for those of you that watch the weekly market outlook or the weekly market analysis, I made you aware that I'm expecting to see price push to the upside to take out the previous 20-day high, and that is how price did exactly that on Tuesday. So as it stands now, what I'm expecting to see is some little bit of retracement. Once you've taken out an old high, the next thing to expect is a higher swing low formation. All right, yes, we are actually in a bullish trend. So if we take out a previous high, the next thing to expect is a higher swing low formation. So as it stands now, I'm patiently waiting for that higher swing low formation. Right after that formation, I'll just enter the market and start looking for what bullish entries, or start looking for entries to see GBPJPY push to the upside. All right, but as it stands now on GBPJPY, we have a fair value gap right here. All right, there is a fair value gap right here. So between this low and then this high, that is a fair value gap right there. All right, so I'll expect to see price. Okay, let me use this high. Yeah, anyone at all, you can use this high or this high, anyone at all. All right, but so I will expect to see price push into this fair value gap, all right, to fill up, making out for a higher swing low formation. Then we push to the upside, or I will buy after a down day close. All right, so if going into Wednesday we have a down day, then going into the next day I'll be looking for bullish scenarios, because I mean, whenever price is in a bullish scenario or in a bullish environment, whatever counter trend you see is an opportunity for you to buy into. All right, and then on the other hand, whenever price is in a bearish environment, whatever counter trend you see is an opportunity for you to sell into. So that is the scenario I'm expecting to see so far as GBPJPY is concerned. All right, yeah, so that is just that for GBPJPY. Let's go into the next market, that is AUDJPY. Yeah, so for AUDJPY, we are still in the trade for AUDJPY. All right, yeah, so we took this trade last week Wednesday. So we took I think we took the trade the same day or the same time we took GBPJPY, but happens that AURJPY haven't really reached our target yet, all right, but I'm still bullish, all right. I'm still bullish on AURJPY. Just that as it stands now, I'll have to wait for for a formation of a lower, sorry, a higher swing low formation. All right, but let's switch to the 4-hour to see. Yes, so I marked out a fair value gap right here on the 4-hour, so I'm expecting to see price close above this fair value gap, then we see a push to the upside. All right, yes. So for AURJPY, that is going to be my expectation. Let's move to the next market, that is for gold. All right, yes. So gold market, we've seen gold giving us a huge impulse move to the downside as a result of the CPI that came. All right, so as it stands now, gold is looking bearish for me. Yes, gold is looking very, very bearish. We're already taking out the previous monthly low. So as it stands now, I want to see gold push up a little bit. If not for anything at all, this fair value gap should be able to do the magic for us. I want to see price push up a little bit before we see a continuation to the downside. All right, yeah, so that is going to be my expectation so far as gold is concerned. Let's look at what is happening on NASDAQ. Yeah, so for those of you that watched or paid attention to my weekly market outlook, I made you aware that for NASDAQ was still in a bullish environment. So I mean, I would wait to see some bearish signals before I take any decision on NASDAQ, and it looks like we are now seeing it. All right, it looks like we are currently seeing what is happening on NASDAQ, and so going into tomorrow or going into Wednesday, I'll expect to see NASDAQ push a little bit up, then we see a continuation to the downside. Because as it stands now, dollar index is bullish, or the dollar is bullish. So I'm expecting other stock indices of NASDAQ to push to the downside. All right, so that is just that for NASDAQ. Yeah, so that is just that for the daily market update. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, do well to click on the subscribe button and smash the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. And if you want to join my swing trading room, I'm repeating it again, check through the description box below. The link or my Telegram ID is there. Pick it up and then hit me on Telegram and let me sign you up. Trust me, we've just started the year. All right, we just started the year, and I mean, we already have 263 pips for GBPUSD in our account. All right, yes, I mean, we all know the month of January wasn't good, but the losses we made on the month of January wouldn't even sum up to 100 pips. All right, but here we are today making 263 pips on GBPUSD alone. That tells you what really happens on the swing trading room. All right, and the kind of pips you're able to smash on a monthly basis. So if you want to join, hit me up and then join. All right, I wish you all good luck and good trade. I'll come your way again another time.